And we are going. What is going on with everybody? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, giving it to you real raw rugged. And hey, man, I got a. I think it's safe to say, man, I got a legend on the phone right now, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who we got?
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Chingaling, your boy Chingy. And hey, man, I appreciate that. The legend statement. I mean, if I take that.
Well, let me be honest here, man. I watched the Queen's Flip interview, right?
Yeah,
I'm a Queen's Flip fan,
yeah.
and people are forgetful sometimes. Never have I forgot who Chingy was, but I think I forgot how impactful Chingy was at the
Oh,
time
yeah.
you were on a roll. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And
I was huge.
he said I was huge. I was huge. And I think I want to do this interview just because I was like, you know what? I kind of want to help remind people about Chingy. If they forgot, because I'm pretty sure there's people out there that's going to see this and be like, damn, that nigga Chingy was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
help people remember that. So first of all, how you doing today,
Right
man?
on. Appreciate that. I'm great, man. I'm just, I mean, we in this time the quarantining with the coronavirus, and I've been doing my normal routine. I wake up, I get about 6 in the morning, man. I do my workout. I do yoga, and actually, I do my yoga before I do my normal workout. I got my personal studio at home. I'll go downstairs, make some music, or try to make some music. Sometimes I sit in front of equipment and don't come up with shit.
Mm.
Sometimes I sit in front of equipment and start making some great records. And, just doing that and see my daughter and, family and pretty much it. Just like everybody else. Not really, not going too many places every day, but, just the normal places I would go that I always been going. So I'm doing cool, man. And the Woe Down just dropped today. And, the record Woe Down, the video and everything. And we've been getting some great feedback. And people are really loving the song and loving the video. And a lot of the media outlets are really supporting it.
Mm.
And so I'm just appreciative of the moment.
Well, before we get into the lowdown, I want to make sure you and your family straight with the whole coronavirus thing going on. Everything
I
good with
know some
everybody?
people that passed away
Really?
from it. They may have had other illnesses, but a lot of the news outlets are saying people dying from the coronavirus, and I'm hearing that it's not necessarily the coronavirus. They may be affected, but dying from other illnesses. That's what I'm hearing.
It's crazy stuff, man. It's something like we never lived in before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's going to be like a 9/11 type situation in which after 9/11, they say after 9/11 nothing was the same, so everybody had to live life a little different or whatever.
People people are passing away. It's more than 50,000 people that have passed.
Mm.
So it's serious. This is a very serious matter, and for musicians, we get hit hard from this because we talking about people that has to. We get paid from groups gathering.
Yeah.
We get paid from crowds. So after this, people are going to be very skeptical of being in large crowds. And when I'm hearing about the states and the president and about this reopening, I mean that's cool. But if this is going on, I don't think it's smart. If this is still really going on like it, and we know it's going on, it's just not smart because now you're making yourself even more prone to getting it by saying, "Oh, okay, cool, things are opening well. I'm just gonna go out and do things. Everybody's around." I don't know how much sense it make right now.
It doesn't make any sense at all, man. I mean, even not even large gathering things. I mean, like I think stuff is going to change from just you meet somebody, you shake their hand. Like if I see
Yeah,
somebody I don't know, you trying to show like, hey, my
I,
nigga, I get
I
there. You know
give
what I'm saying? Get a little bow.
elbow. Yeah,
Get a nigga a bow, man. I don't know about the handshake no more. So
yeah,
it's gonna be different out here, man. But I'm
yeah.
sorry to hear you know somebody that are a couple people that passed.
A couple people,
I'm
a
sorry to hear
couple
that,
people. But
man.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what is good. You're gonna see more of this.
Mm.
You're gonna see more of this. The interaction, more of this, and people kind of, if you can't do it in person, that's what's good about technology at this point that we can do this.
That's a fact. It definitely gives you an outlet to do this right here. And I guess speaking of technology, usually I like to start like chronologically when talking about somebody's career and whatnot. But in your case, I want to start a little backwards. And the last time that I seen you, it wasn't Queen's Flip. So before that, somebody posted you on Instagram. It was like 2018 or something like that, 2017. Somebody posted on their story. and it was like this nigga Chingy Wilder. What did Chingy do?
What
So I go and look, and I look at it, and I guess I forget exactly what you were talking about, but it was on like some like how can I like
metaphysical Bible stuff?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so I know exactly what you're talking about, and so when somebody say this nigga Chingy Wilder, this and that, they probably have a certain outlook and concept of something I was talking about that they don't agree with me about. And so I remember I was talking about what it meant when Moses was in the part of the Red Sea and stuff in the Bible. Now, mind you, I went to school to study the metaphysics of religion. So I know all about the Bible, and I've read it a couple times. I know the Bible represents spiritual concepts. So trust me when I tell you this. There's nobody who can take a stick and go part any ocean. That won't happen. That won't happen. I mean, let's think with common sense now. That won't happen. But if you know what that means, and if you know about Kundalini energy, and if you know about how the spine and the 33 vertebrae of the spine and the Kundalini spiral and energy that goes up is liquid and fluid, if you know about that, then you know about that, what I was talking about. So these individuals who have stuff to say that don't really know about these topics and these concepts because they ain't did the proper research, I pay them no attention. But to the people who got what I was saying, they got it because they familiar with these concepts, they understand. You know what I mean? I'm a spiritualist. I'm not a scientist. I'm a spiritualist, and I take pride in researching these things and studying about these things. And when I was a kid, I always used to watch my grandmama and them and people that go to church. And I would wonder, what is this about? Why is everybody so afraid of this, what they call God? Like, what's going on? They afraid of my grandmama don't do shit. She says, leave everything to God. She don't do nothing. Her life is, I was like, damn, she don't do nothing. No action. So I'm like, what is this about? So I went to dive deep into it, digging to see what's going on. And what I've come to is you have to understand certain principles of life. And when I say certain principles of life, I get into 7 hermetic principles of existence. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, rhythm, polarity, gender, and cause and effect. So when we talk about God, we're talking about so many other concepts and so many other energies and vibrational things, morphic genetic fields and all type of stuff. We're not talking about a man or a human that's in the sky looking down on people. We're talking about a consciousness. We're talking about a wave of consciousness and energy and how it triangulates. So you have to do extensive research and study and to find out what the Bible's about. And I've done a lot of that. And so I just, I let people, everything is subjective, people, but if you don't know what somebody talk about, ask. These people just assume somebody's crazy. Oh, what the fuck? And, they too quick to be judgmental.
Let me tell you a story real quick. So, finna do this interview, and I'm like, all right, let me get ready for it. Happened to go on my school's website. Got homework due today, right? Panicking. I'm like, yeah, I gotta do homework today. Gotta do this Chingy interview. Gotta do maybe another interview. I'm all over the place. Start this interview. Now I gotta do more homework because you just laid out a whole course for me right now. So my mind's gonna be going crazy, man. I gotta do psychology homework. I gotta do metaphysical Bible homework. Hey, man, you just set me straight for the whole next 2 weeks, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
And you know what's funny? A lot of people don't know, man. I got a degree in astrology, cosmology, numerology, and like I said, I studied the metaphysics of thought, the metaphysics of religion. Lately I've been studying morphogenetic fields and how they bring things into form, and it's, I stay in a state of learning to stop thinking a lot.
I got a question for you. I think it's a good question. So you would say you're spiritual? Is that a good assumption to say you're a spiritual person, right?
Yeah, we'll say spiritual.
Spiritual. All right. So I'm going to ask you this question,
And when
and
I say spiritual, just meaning I know that an unseen realm exists.
mm,
That got something to do with us being.
okay, I take that. Okay, I get you. So see how you feel about this. So I've been thinking a lot. A lot of people don't believe. I say a lot of people are atheists. A lot of people either not spiritual, not really connected with anything, just what's going on Earth, right? And I feel like some people just don't believe in like a God or whatever because a lot of people don't believe in things they can't see, right? A lot of people are just like, I need to see it, I
Right.
need to touch it, right? And I think a lot of other people don't believe in like either religion or spirituality or just something other realm type of thing, whatever, right? And I got a theory why, and I want you to, I'm curious what you say about this.
Okay.
So my theory is, people, it's much more easier to live life not believing there's anything else, because one, if you believe there's something else like a spirit or a religion or whatever, you have to live life according to that, because you're like, why would I do this? And I'm pretty sure my creator, or the other person in the realm, wouldn't abide by this. And I feel like people don't want to live life by rules, morals, or standards because it's much more easier not to. I go back to the Black Panther group, not a religious party at all, but to be in the Black Panther, you had to live by some type of standard. You know what I'm saying? The Black Panthers, you had to do this, you had to do that. There was literally like a 10-point rule of what you had to do if you're in the Black Panthers or whatnot. And I don't think the Black Panthers would be as successful because I feel like too many people in today's society will rather much live on their own guidelines and not have
Of
another
course.
person or whatnot. So I'm curious of what you think
And
about
they're
that.
and they're scared to fight the people who are oppressing us.
That too. So you think I have some type of validity to that?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I totally agree with you.
Okay.
And next time somebody around you that's an atheist and don't think that it's an unseen existence, next time they standing by you and y'all see some leaves blow, ask them who did that. They're gonna be like, who did that? And say the earth. The wind did it.
Mhm.
Can you see the wind? But we know those leaves blew. But can you see the wind? Okay, so when I'm thinking, I know that I'm thinking a thought, but can you see it?
Mm.
But it's something in there that exists, right? That's what we call spirit. It's an unseen force. It's a consciousness, right? So for somebody that's atheist, I see a lot of movement when I see the wind blowing and knocking roofs off and all of this. I don't see it, but I see stuff falling and moving. So that should answer their question that it's an unseen force at hand doing something.
You know something interesting about atheists? I wonder why it's not more hood atheist niggas, because a lot of hood niggas live like the worst lives, and you would think a nigga that's living like some of the worst lives would be like, nigga ain't no God, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, and they the ones be like, nigga, I gotta pray, nigga.
yeah, why you think it's like that? Why you think it's like
Why I
that?
think it's like that? First off, it starts with a conditioning that happens in neighborhoods and in ghettos with, I don't like to say black, and the reason I don't like to say black or white, because when you and I look in the mirror, we're clearly not the color of our hair.
Mm.
And that's black. That's why it's called humanity for a reason, of color. You dig what I'm saying? When I look at a European person, they're not white.
Mm.
They have color. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know the play on black and white is a status thing. White always means pureness and innocence, and black always means dark and ignorant.
Black cat, black magic, black, you know what I'm saying? Black,
Yeah.
all of that.
So
bad.
it's a play on words to undermine the less of people and to overmine the more of a people. You dig what I'm saying? But I think in neighborhoods it starts with conditioning. You know, when your parents haven't been taught this, the generational cycle or tree, the apple not gonna fall short from the tree. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be the same. So we gonna all grow up this mind state. We gonna all grow up thinking, oh God, this, Jesus, that, church. Man, I gotta pray. Even the hardest dudes in the hood, I gotta pray for this, and that. It's a mind conditioning thing. Basically, what I'm saying is why dudes in the hood and how they think and what they do. It's a conditioning of the mind at a very young age. If you take a kid when it's born and give a kid to a shaman, intelligent, metaphysical thinker, by the time that kid's 7, it'll know how to go about life in an intelligent way. Mm. So with that, because kids, when you're 7 years old, that's when you can really determine what you want to do. I'm living proof. At 6 and 7 years old, I knew I wanted to be an entertainer, and I became that. Mm. So I'm living proof that's real in my mind. You dig what I'm saying? And so you can determine what you want. And so when your parents put you in school, in elementary, and then you get groomed on how to think and to graduate and work for somebody, and not be if they taught you to be an entrepreneur from the jump and be your own boss from the jump, we'll have a lot of entrepreneurs out here. But you were taught and gave a certain outlook. And so when I say that conditioning happened at a young age and you given a certain outlook, and that's why most hood dudes and most people, they become that way.
Hey,
and
man.
we grow up and still be that way.
You're an interesting guy, man. I had no idea I was going to go down this rabbit hole. I don't know if the money ever dries up from this pandemic thing and you can't do shows or whatever, but if so, you could literally teach a class. Or you could, I feel like you have a job out there somewhere where you could like just enlighten people with your thoughts or whatever. I don't know if you ever thought about that, but
hey, you know what?
You should do it.
I've thought about that, and I've had people actually recommend that I should get into something like that, but to be honest, me, myself, and I, right now, I don't think I'm very prolific with delivering that in a strategic way that's timely. Mm. I don't got it down like that shit. You just had it down. You killing me with it right now. I mean, I don't know. I think you got it down, man. Okay. Keith told me I'm doubting myself. Okay, I gotta rethink this. I'm gonna rethink this.
Just think about it, man. Because I mean, I feel like just bro, using your brain, the most powerful thing of all time, bro. Using your brain and like even if everybody don't agree with it, just having your thoughts out there on just paper and letting people read and see it, man, that's a powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've watched way too many, even though you don't like saying this word, I don't know what I'll say right now. Black people, I don't waste way too many black people that are too talented. Just dribble a ball or go to the military and just shoot niggas or run niggas over in football. And I'm like, bro, you are a very intelligent human. You need to change the world with your brain. And I don't know if you can change the world, very possible, but I feel like the attempt would be very powerful.
But I'm gonna tell you, listen, I've had lots of people through social media tell me, because I post a lot of balanced and interesting things on my page, just trying to be what we say positive and enlighten people and just try to share some knowledge. And a lot of people hit me up, man, being like, man, I love coming to your page and getting some wisdom from you. And so on a small level, I do that. On a small level, I'm doing that and not even knowing it. And even with my music, like to this day, I get people that come up to me and be like, man, your songs are the soundtrack to my life. Your song pulling me back saved my marriage. I mean, like, save somebody. My song saved a marriage. Like, that's why I do it.
Hey, man, you're like I said. I feel like once you're ready to take that next step, I'm all in tune, bro. You know what I'm saying, man? Just let me get a discount. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a brotherly discount when you start doing it, man.
You get it free. You're gonna get yours free.
Bet, man. But yeah, like I was saying, I kind of wanted to start there because I thought that was a very interesting thing. Like when I just started watching all your videos, I'm like, this is very interesting. And just after I watched the Queen Slip interview, I re-listened to your albums and stuff, and I'm like, bro, he's doing certain stuff in these songs that he doesn't get credit for. I'm not even saying you started it, but you did a lot of stuff that people will credit to other people and be like, hey, isn't it? I'm like, hey, I'm listening to the album, I'm like, hey, Chingy low-key doing this. I'm gonna tell you one specific thing. You played with singing and rapping a lot. Like, you did that a lot. And I don't ever hear anybody say, Chingy was one of them ones. I never hear anybody saying that.
Trust me, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. And we even have to credit Nelly for that too.
Yeah, of course.
As well. Nelly did that in a major way. But see, when you have these new generations, and we talk old generations, all that stuff, people don't like to really give credit where it's really due. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't like to really give credit really when it's due. And we even got to go back to Bone. We have to go back to so much because it's always been there. It's always been there. It's nothing new under the sun. It just gets passed down. You know what I mean? And so, but you know, to each his own, man. You know, some people just, younger people these days are very forgetful. And they have what they call it, ADHD,
yeah.
Yeah, they very forgetful when they got that. They move so quick, but you can't blame them. When you have this new technology of this phone, and all you do is this, your life is gonna become that. You're gonna be on to the next very quick, and you're gonna like for your life to go very quick. You're not gonna have patience. Me, I meditate. I do yoga. I'm big on mentally disciplining myself. So I create inner stillness, meaning I teach myself how to be patient. A lot of these kids today, and that's through meditation, but a lot of these kids today, this phone has got them on the move. So they on to the next real quick. But you're right, man. We did that, the singy rap stuff, man. We've been doing. That's been done. We've been doing it forever.
Hey, man, and I feel like one of my favorite examples of you doing that is "Where's My Cash At?" Bro, we've been talking about a lot of positive stuff, but that song, hey, man, made me want to go put a pimp suit in. Yeah, man, hey, that's
My Cash is what now. You know what? That's actually one of my favorites.
It's a good song.
And that came from, I got an uncle that was a pimp. I've been around him a lot. I was just around him. He ain't pimping right now, but I was just around him the other day.
Yeah.
And that's where that song came from. Well, I'm acting like I'm a pimp. You know, Jackpot the Pimp. That was because of my uncle. And that's exactly what I was doing, singing, rapping. Exactly what I was doing. Oh, where's my cash? Like, yeah.
That was some, like, smooth, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love, like, smooth stuff. And the way you intertwined the rapping and the singing, like, that felt like some Dolomite type Shaft, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly what it was planned to be. If you even look at the album cover and look at the chingy orange writing and everything, it was based off Superfly shit. I
see it now. I'm looking at it. I ain't even peeped that.
And Where's My Cash had a lot to do with that concept.
This is why I interviewed you. I didn't know that.
It looked like a new 2070s type of, you get what I'm saying, pimp type of, you know, yeah.
Hey, man, I do a monthly playlist every month or whatnot, and I put that in this playlist for dropping for April, man, because I was like, if people don't know about Where's My Cash, that song is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You was doing some crazy stuff on there. And I mean, Jackpot in general, I feel like was a really good album. I feel like a lot of people,
it's a classic album.
Bro, a lot of people don't bring that up, but that has so many, like, first of all, you have 2 Chainz on there. I'm pretty sure, I didn't even realize that until I went back. I was like, that's Titty Boy. You know what? I didn't even realize that.
Nobody would know that. Yeah, and I wanted him on that record he's on, man. Tit always been cool. And we always been friends, man. And yeah, Jackpot is a classic album. But I'm going to tell you, you know, a lot of people, what I've noticed throughout the years coming up in music, if you're not really, when it comes to like people like Nelly and me, if you're not rapping so gangsterish and tough and hard and all of that bull crap, they don't associate you with being in that top kind of category a lot.
You think so?
If you go look at it, like when we talk about a lot of top artists and rappers today, and let me add with the trap sound and all of that stuff, I come from where we be original, be authentic, be different. Being original, authentic, and different don't get you in that top platforms for real. To me.
I could say my favorite rapper, I feel like he'd go down as my favorite rapper of all time, like in the next 20 years. I feel like he's an anomaly, and that's Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick has been different. If you listen to like stuff like Spipper Butterfly, like he's doing like a lot of very alternative sounds and whatnot. But
Great artist.
Yeah, great artist.
Great artist.
And I feel like now a lot of softer type of rappers are getting looked at like that, like a Drake. He like the biggest rapper in the world right now, and you know what I'm saying. So I feel like back in the day, like in the '90s, everybody was gangster. You know, everybody had on baggy clothes. Everybody was shooting. Ghostface was pistol whipping reporters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be like that back in the day for sure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess as the game has progressed, because you're like comparing it to now and then, what is the thing that you look at now that I guess you dislike the most? Is it the lack of originality, or is it something else?
I'm not gonna say I dislike the most because I understand the polarity of existence. You gonna get like and dislike. Somebody's always gonna like something. Somebody's always gonna dislike something. So I understand that. I think it's just a matter of opinion. And so I was always raised on don't follow suit, don't follow trends, settle. Always when I tell people, when you go back and look at a Nelly or Chingy, that's what we did. And that's what made us so successful. Because we was the trend. We wasn't following the trend. We made the trend. We set the trend. And then people followed from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And today, I just see a lot of following the trend.
And also, I keep hearing you say this, I'm going to forget if I don't ask now. You say understand instead of understand. I'm very interested on why you say understand.
I'm going to tell you why I say that. Understand, I just feel like it's a compound word.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a compound word. If you're under something, standing under it, you're still under it. I don't get how you can get it. But if you understand, you hit it here. So when I say I understand you, I actually feel you internally.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's why I say it.
Hey, like I said, man. Hey, I'm waiting for that class, man. I'll be waiting.
Well, you know you got overstand too.
You do have overstand. Hold on.
You got overstand. So if you overstand something, that means you at the top of knowing.
Yeah. And what would be the difference of understand is like how would you different that from overstand? Because
overstanding is let's say you have God, but then you got Jesus. So Jesus is understanding, God is overstanding.
That's a great example. I get it now. That's
I just made that up too. Shit, damn, it was nice.
You off the top. You freestyling. But yeah, and it's funny that you bring up people rapping all gangsta and stuff because I feel like also one of my favorite songs by you is on Jackpot, and you was rapping real aggressive, and it's the one with Titty Boys represent. Like you was going on that.
And that's because I come from that type of background too. I'm from the hood. I'm from the ghetto, just like everybody else. In my teen day, I used to think I was a blood. You know, was in the streets doing what teens in the streets do. So I lived that experience as well. But that's not the part of my career, my music that drives the whole beat. I talk about that, but I also like to party. I also like to talk about, get songs with substance. I also like to have this alter ego like Jackpot. I like to have fun with it. I don't just glorify the so-called imbalance or negative aspects of growing up in the hood. But when people didn't really know my background and my grind, so they just thought I was this overnight success, and then they heard right there, Holiday Inn, One Call Away, they just think that's all I'm about.
Yeah.
And so, but when you listen to the project like you did, you see these other sides. You see these meaningful other mental sides of me. That's why I appreciate you, because you bringing up a lot of stuff. A lot of people in interviews don't even say. They don't talk about Where's My Cat. They don't look at it like, man, you've been singing, rapping for a long time. They don't touch on none of that stuff. They just go to the basic question. And that's why I appreciate you. And yeah, man, I've been doing this forever. Like I tell somebody, okay, I'm gonna say this. I remember this girl told me one time she seen a Nas interview. I love Nas. I love his music. I used to rap Nas songs in the mirror when I come home from school. Like I love Nas. But this girl told me she seen an interview where he called right there fluff pop music or some stuff like that. But I thought about it, and that's his opinion. So I'm not upset at that. That's his opinion. It don't mean it's true.
Yeah.
And so I thought about it, and I said, I'm from St. Louis. He from New York. So what is Uchi Wally?
As soon as he said it, I was like, did that nigga make Uchi Wally? I was thinking the same thing when you said that.
I thought to myself, so what is Uchi Wally then? Because it's just the same as kind of like right there. It's just a different terminology. You know? But also, another thing what I recognize, it took Nas a while to become platinum and stuff. And then here you have this young kid like me coming out the gate, selling 3 million records and stuff. You know, to some vets, you know, it took them a while, so they kind of look at it like maybe he didn't deserve that. But I've been doing this all my life. I paid my dues. I deserve everything I get.
Well, I mean, I'm much more in the South than you. I'm from Florida, but you still have a very Southern accent, and you know, New York people, you know how they sometimes are with Southern people, you know. So I understand that for sure, like why he would say that. But also,
I get it.
Also, thank you for acknowledging me bringing up stuff, because that's what I try to do in my interviews. I try to bring up stuff.
Talk about a lot of things you talk about. I never heard people ask me these questions.
Bro, when niggas interview people, they try to get views, so they finna ask, oh, so you're beefing with this person, or hey, how is this beef? You had sex with this woman. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get enough of that. And I actually like to talk to artists about their music, you know, their production, because I feel like that's what y'all make, and that's what y'all most proud of. So I want to talk to you about your baby, basically. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate it.
I definitely appreciate that. And also, have to say, of course, the one of the more popular songs, "Pull Me Back." That is an amazing song. Tyrese was singing his ass off, bro. Tyrese was singing like he was singing for his slave contract or something. You know, he was going on that.
I remember, Jermaine Dupri. So I've always wanted to work with Jermaine Dupri since I was like 11, right? And I actually wanted to be signed by him when I was like 11, 12. So a goal of mine was to work with him one day. But I didn't know 15 years later from that time I would have a #1 hit record with him.
Crazy.
I didn't know it then, but that was the goal I was working towards, and I made it happen. So to all the artists out there, the young artists, dreams do come true. I'm living proof, right? And I remember he sent me that record. I did it, and I didn't know who I was gonna get on that, right? To sing the part. I remember we went to LA. We was in this club, and I seen Tyrese, and I was like, perfect. And so I went over there. I was like, hey, man, I got this record play. I'm going to send it to you tomorrow. I sent that shit. He did it. It was out of here.
Man, that's so you didn't even make that like in the booth with him. That was like through email.
No, I sent it to him, and he did it. Sent it right back.
That's crazy. Like that's interesting, because I would have thought that something like that would have like came about like chemistry in the booth type of thing. But that was through email.
No.
Like, is there like what's the difference? Like, do you prefer that, or do you prefer being in the booth with somebody?
Well, being that an artist on the move all the time, sometimes you can't get somebody in the studio.
Yeah.
They may have an obligation.
Yeah.
And so you send it. I mean, it's easier that way. You send it to them, they do it, bam. If we in the studio, cool too. We can kick it and have fun, but you send it to them, they get it. They might need to zone out by themselves to get it right. Some artists don't like people seeing them in that mode because they don't want nobody bothering their creativity. And so, I either way with me is fine.
That's a fact. I'm like the latter half. Like, I do a lot of weird stuff when I'm trying to get creative. I'm like, I don't want nobody seeing that. So I definitely can understand that for sure.
Like, even to this day, if it's a lot of people in the studio, I may tell my cousin or somebody to have everybody go out. Like, because I'll be thinking in the booth, somebody's criticizing what I'm doing. And it's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me. And I want to focus. I'll let that happen at the end when we hear the finished product.
Well, being in the booth, because we're creators, and it happens to me plenty of times. Have you ever created something like a song, and you just knew it was finna be like the one? This is finna be the biggest song, and it just did not turn out like that. But still, to this day, you love that song.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times where I thought a song was gonna be this, and that, and it wasn't. I mean, people liked it.
Yeah.
But it didn't do I've had those moments.
If you had to say one song that you still wish you could like come back and blow up today because you just really like that song, which would it be?
On my second album, Powerball, I had a song called "Just Me and You" with Janet Jackson. That song would have been just as big as "Pulling Me Back," "One Call Away," and all of them. It was a great record.
Is there a reason it wasn't, or it just didn't happen?
Capitol at that time when I was on Capitol, they didn't really know what to do with it. Capitol was kind of like a rock, they was used to rock artists and the Beatle type of artists and stuff, and and old singers like Nat King Cole type of, they had MC Hammer, but so they didn't really know what they was doing with me, and so I think that caused the problem.
Well, it's crazy you bring that up because fast forward now to today, speaking of different genres, you put out a song, you in your Billy Ray Cyrus bag right now, basically. You know what I'm saying? You kind of touching it with the country. So, talk a little bit about that.
So the Woe Down is, okay, first off, how I met Megan Tyler, my cousin Stan, he was in Nashville working, and he was doing something with Gibson Guitar, and Gibson Guitar had a showcase with Megan Tyler at their studio. That's how my cousin Stan met him. And this girl that was at the showcase along with everybody told Megan Tyler that Stan was my cousin. And so they asked him. And so that's how he hooked up with him. And he told me about him. And he's like, let's go to Nashville and just vibe with him, check out their studio. So we went down to Nashville. I remember waking up that morning with an idea for a beat in my head. So when we went to the studio, when I hooked up with him, I told Tyler, let me see the drum machine. So I got on the drum machine, made the rhythm section and the foundation. I had Tyler put the guitar and the bass and stuff on there. Meg had already had the Woe Down title on her head, so I started collaborating with her on the hook. Then I went into the booth and just knocked my verses out. And all in about 45 minutes, we made the Woe Down, along with other songs that we did.
Are those coming out soon? Those coming out soon, the other songs?
We're going to see after this. We probably going to release them.
Okay.
But we're going to see after this. But and so that's how that came about. And now we got the single dropped today. I hope everybody check it out. Check out the video on YouTube. Get the song on iTunes or wherever on the social platforms. It's a great record, man. It's a fun record. For a time like this, it's all about love and togetherness and just having a good time. And I think in this time we need that. So we didn't have an intention on going in a certain direction. We were just trying to make some good music. And just so happens that it means a lot for what's going on today. And we also wasn't trying to make a country song, a pop song, a hip-hop song. We were just trying to make some good music.
Wait, man, I got a motto. I'm always tapped in with the legends, and I don't care if you release some folk music, man. From now on, I got to make sure I'm tapped in with you. So that was a very...
Right on, man. And actually, check out my previous records I did. It's a song called Yeah, Fuck 'Em that I produced as well. And it's a song called On Go that I produced as well. So check them out too. Those are more of your modern rap type of records they like today. So I make some of everything, man.
Wait, man, I really hope people tap in for real. I don't want to keep it for too long. If you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here, man.
I appreciate everybody that's been supporting Chingy all my career from the beginning. And it's all love and support the independent artists. Like a lot of people think when you got a record deal, it's now you got to support them, but support the independent artists because that's when it really matters. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I appreciate everybody all love. Follow me on all my social networks. Hit up rightthird.com. Get you some Third merch. And man, I appreciate you for taking the time out of this interview, chatting with me, and a lot of the points you brought up. I appreciate that. And yeah, man, it's all love and light.
Hey man, before we get out of here, I gotta do this again one day, man. I don't know when, if you drop another album soon, but we gotta do this again, man.
I'm glad you said that. I'm finishing up my Crown Jewel EP.
Okay.
Which is gonna be a lot more conscious type of vibe and music with substance. And it's called Crown Jewel, and it's got a hip hop feel. And for anybody who think I can't rap, they'll think different about this project. So I'll make sure Scott gets you the music before we drop it, so you can review it, and then we'll get back to this.
You got my number, man. So you definitely lace me or whatever you need to do for everybody watching. I appreciate you. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play, and y'all holla at your boy.